Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, I am away from the studio. I'm on a site somewhere and it's very noisy, but we have to do this. So bear with me as we share what is going on in this country. Now, Addis shared his views about President William Ruto hanging around with the class 2 dropouts, and there seems to be the people advising him in his government. And of course, when he say that, Oscar Sudi is on the list, and I don't want us to go into that discussion, a discussion for another day. But my focus is on the Juja MP who was arrested for forging his academic papers. Sasa sijui kama huyu ameshikwa, tunasikia kuna wengine wako na university na ni watu wa class 2. I don't know how you explain that, but then it tells you that once you are on the government side, when you support and stand with the government, it seems you are immune. But when you oppose the government, you become the target of the government. They will use everything at their disposal to bring you down. That is what is happening to Juja MP. If he was praising William Ruto and supporting the UDA administration, he will be the darling of the party and he will have the immunity over any arrest, including his forged papers, if indeed he has any, according to the allegations. But the funny thing that happened is that after the court extended his cash bail, this was yesterday. So when he was about to address the media, from nowhere he got information seemingly as if there was a plan to be rearrested. So what he did, he disappeared on a motorbike, leaving the press that he was supposed to address at that time. And this was the situation. Imagine a honorable member of parliament just disappearing on a motorbike in this way. We ask so many questions in this country. If this can happen to a member of parliament and he is forced to run for his life in this way, what about all of us? It's very funny. Look at this.
Overcome. We shall overcome someday. Deep in our heart, we believe we shall overcome. We shall overcome. Overcome, we shall overcome someday. Deep in our heart, we believe we shall overcome. We shall overcome.
Now we are continuing this particular discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching this channel and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. Now, the only funny thing, and which should be a worry for everyone, is that how comes when you are supporting the government, you are a clean person, but when you oppose it, you bring the problem on your side, all your cases are revived, all the mistakes that you did are now being mentioned out. That tells you that we have a government under the UDA ruling party that is operating in this country as if they are running a banana republic. So Kenya is being reduced to a banana republic by this fact, because the case we are hearing about Juja MP is not a new case. Some time back, before the election, this guy was in court being accused on the same case, that he forged his academic papers. But above all, the issue of academic papers is not one of the requirements when you are seeking for an election as maybe an MCA or a member of parliament. But then when you want to become a governor, it's a priority. At least you need a degree. When you are vying for the presidency, also again, it's the same thing. You need a degree. But vying for a member of parliament, it is not a requirement. And that explains why, the reason why we have some people who do not have academic papers, but they are serving in the capacity as member of parliament. Of course, some are just doing well, but some are a disaster, especially when you turn to them for them to offer their counsel to you. It becomes a problem. So the problem that Juja MP is facing is what he said after Raila Odinga lost the AUC election. In fact, even before the election, he alleged that the government used 13 billion Kenyan shillings to bribe the African presidents and heads of states in order for them to vote for Raila Odinga as the chairman of African Union Commission. That is what he alleged. So after that, all the problems now followed him. Again, it is not the first time Juja MP is finding himself in a controversy. At one point, he alleged that President William Ruto, during the presentation of 2023 finance bill, he bribed member of parliament with hundreds of thousands in order for them to vote for that bill. So it's not the first time. Again, he was forced to apologize before the House because he could not give enough evidence to justify his remark or statement or allegations. So he's a man who has had controversy all over. But then, the same question I'm asking, what if George Koimburi, Juja MP, was supporting the government today? Will he be in court answering to the issue of fake papers? Definitely the answer will be no. But someone is pushing for this because they don't want him to speak his mind. It is time to intimidate him. It is time to silence him, not to speak on what is going on. So in this country, it tells you that you can never be independent in thinking once you see issues happening against what should happen. Because once you attempt that, your file is going to be waived. And that's why we are saying that when we are electing these leaders, we must elect leaders who do not have questionable character, such that they can never be intimidated through their past mistakes. Because then that is the tool that the state will always use to bring you down. And you see what is happening here. People are asking in the comment section, why is Oscar Sudi not being presented before any court? Why is he not being arrested? Yet there are allegations that he also fall in the same. So why selective arrests? It is selective because they are silencing some people not to speak. And that is the government of Kenya Kwanza that we are having here. We are not supporting people having fake documents, if in case there's any. But we are just questioning the selective arrest. Why is it selective? This is the state. The state is in this. They are the one pushing for this. And the main reason behind this, it is not to push people to have clean papers. It is all about intimidating and silencing those that seems to be opposing the government. When you start to expose and oversight the government, then prepare for what George Koimburi has gone through. Hizo ndio serikali tuko nazo. Now, very sad that he is also running away. And the question he should be asking himself is that, what will the people think about him when he escape on a motorbike? Wengine watachukulia kwamba haya mambo ni ukweli. That's why he's running away. Second, kuna wale watachukulia kwamba the government indeed is on his neck, and therefore also it attracts sympathy. There are those who are going to sympathize with him. And for William Ruto, he's falling into a trap because this alone is enough to attract sympathy. If he was not to be elected again, there will be sympathy just because what he has gone through. So he should be asking himself, is it a win or a lose for himself in attempt to fight these guys in this kind of a way? Is it working in his interest or not? I don't know your views, but let us be in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you so much, and see you in our next video.